All right, so today we are going to be working on getting our robot the instructions it needs to move through the maze. But before we start programming, we're not going to do any programming in this step. We're going to write what is called pseudocode. Pseudocode. So you might ask, what is pseudocode? So pseudocode is basically, if somebody was asking you, hey, what does your robot need to make it through this maze? First of all, we need to take this pointer off of there. So if you haven't done that already, you can remove that. That was the one we made in the previous video. So what is pseudocode? Pseudocode is essentially, if somebody asks you, not programming language, not writing code, but if someone asks you, hey, how do you make the robot go through here? Just in plain words, like words that you would use in real life, just to tell somebody, you'd probably say, hey, it needs to move forward. Then it needs to turn right. Then it needs to move forward again. Then it needs to turn right. Notice how I'm not actually writing any of this with programming language? Not yet. Pseudocode is the stuff, the instructions that helps us get a list of the programming language we need to write later. Okay, so let's take a look, and I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to walk through all of the steps that we would need, and then we're going to change that into pseudocode, and you can submit that. And then in the next video, we'll teach you how to turn pseudocode into actual code that conquers the maze. Okay, so this is pretty easy to understand. The first thing we would need to do is we're going to position our robot. For this lab, we want to always put the robot right in the middle. And the first thing that we would have to do is we'd have to make our robot move forward to here. So right here, we're going to put, we need to make it move forward. And then I'd have to turn this way. Okay, so that's a right turn, 90 degrees. And you don't have to write these things out. I'm going to do that. So we'd have to turn right. Then our robot would move forward again. So we put a move forward right here. Then our robot would have to do another right turn this way. It would move forward this way again. And now we would do a left turn to get it turned back facing this direction. Then we would have another move forward, and then a left 90 degrees to turn that way. We'd move forward again, and then once it's here, we would stop the program. We would end the program. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change these into a list. On the document that I gave you for today's assignment. Okay, so let's take a look at that. All right, so let's use this to write what we need. Let's get back here. Let me zoom this, get the focus a little bit better. Okay, so we have our first one, which is move forward. So we're going to start with that one. Move forward. Okay, and again, this might be different depending on what maze I assign for you. I have a right 90 degrees, and I'm going to make this bigger so you can see this better. Since we've already seen the rest of it, we don't need to see the maze quite as big. Just a little reminder for us of what to do. Okay, and of course the next one was to move forward. Then we have another right 90 degrees. Again, move forward. And then we're going to have to turn left 90 degrees. Left 90, move forward. Take another left 90 degrees. We move forward, and then we stop the program or end the program. See, this is now a list that you could talk to somebody and tell them how to do it. It doesn't actually program the robot, but now we have that. So you're going to submit that to me for this assignment. And then in the next video, we're going to take this and we're going to change it into actual real robot code and see how that works.